SQL joins. Another free lesson to help you become a better coder. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Your continued support helps making these videos possible. And as always, I thank you all for your continued support. Let's get started. In this lesson, I will demonstrate the SQL left join, right join, and inner join. In addition, I will also show you nested queries or subqueries. Let's get to it. So let me open up the Management Studio here. You have seen me done a join many times in the video series, especially in the CMS application. But here I'm going to share with you more than just looking at the way I write, because creating the CMS application, I never describe and tell you or told you what is what. Alright, and a lot of time I done that in the MS Access, which MS Access writes SQL statement differently than the normal SQL statement. There are three types of joins. Alright, there's a left join, there's a right join, and there's inner join. Alright, so when you're joining, you always join two tables together or two record sets, right? Not necessarily a table, but record set. Alright, so you join two record sets together. The left join means get all the records in the left record set, regardless if the right side of the record set exists or not. Alright, so here I'm gonna demonstrate the left join first. So I think the last video we used the purchasing order here, so I'm gonna do this from actually, you know what, we're gonna get the employee first from person table. Alright, let's see what they are here. So this is just a regular list. So that returns that I just want to get the ID. Now this table identify employee as in business entity ID. So that's beside the point of this video. Oops, last name, and that's all we need, right? So this we're gonna tie this guy, join this table to the purchasing order. Why would we want to join the person table with the purchasing order table? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the purchasing order. And this is the reason why we make joins all the time. In the last video, I mentioned about the relationship. Anytime you create a table, let me see while I'm talking here. Header. Anytime you create a table, you want to make sure your table is in the first normalized form. If you watch that video, and this is the continuation of the normalized form or the relationship. And if you look at these right here, you see there, we don't understand that number. Alright, employee. Well, who is who is 258, who is 254. All right, if you combine this guy, this ID, with this ID, we have a composite. All right, we have composite, and this says that the parent, the ID is the parent, and the purchasing order is the child. All right, but with this we don't understand. In order to understand who this guy is, who these people are, you have to do a join in order to get the name. All right, in order to get the name, and that's the reason why we use join. All right, so for example, if we say where business entity equals, let me see, 258 for instance. I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve these guys. So 258 is Aaron Higgins. So that's Aaron Higgins. Alright. In the purchasing order here, we don't know who that person is unless we join these two tables together. Alright, unless we join these two tables together. Alright. So now I'm going to do a left join to show you to demonstrate the left join. That's the reason why we join. All right, so I just described why would we want to join tables is to find out who these people are, who the vendors are, who the employee are. All right, because we don't have details of this. The details are in here. All right, the details of this employee ID. All right, so this is how we join. We say we give this guy an alias. Now, if you don't want to give this guy an alias, you would have to type. You would have to type the whole name. All right, which is going to get too lengthy. So we always give this guy an alias. Oh, left join. Left join. Purchase order header, for instance, and give this guy a B. On, here is the reference. On, here's the reference. B, employee, you see there, equals A, business and entity, and that's how we join. All right. Now you ask me why these names are not the same. I didn't create this this database, so I don't know. I just know that these two are related because of that. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, that is. But this would be a bad design. You should always have this reference ID with the same name. All right. So if you're going to call this guy employee ID, you should always call that guy an employee. All right. So I'm not going to question them. They might have made this one first and then created this one later and decide to use the employee instead of entity. So but that's beside the point. Point is, here's a left join. So this is how you identify anything to the left side. Because it says left, anything to the left side means get me all the persons, regardless if those people made or created orders or not. And that's what it means. So if we say, hey, let's take a look at this order, purchase order ID, order date, just a simple, just two columns, we are going to see all people or all person records. See all person records, regardless if they created orders or not. Alright, regardless. Because I don't know a whole lot in this table because I didn't create them, I'm not going to go through them to find what is the best, which tables are the best to describe the right join. But here is a right join. Just imagine, because if I did the right join right now, okay, this will look exactly the same as an inner join, just because an order cannot be created without person. Therefore, if I do the right join right now, I would get all these columns would be filled. Alright, all these columns would be filled. So if I did that, I would never have a blank column, a null column, because orders cannot be created without an employee. Remember, that's a parent, you see. And that's why I cannot join that way to demonstrate the right join. So what I could do though, I could swap this guy around. I'm gonna copy that and type purchasing order. If I swap this guy around, it's just going to look exactly the same as this left join, but it does demonstrate the right join, you see. Just going to swap this A as well and B there. So now this will demonstrate the right join. Alright, it says give me all the persons regardless if they made the order or not. It's a similar situation, but like I said, this will demonstrate the right join and left join. So here we do this, it will look exactly like that, just because now it's still following the right join, the right table, or right record set. Alright, see there. Now the inner join is real simple, it's real easy to understand. So I'm gonna copy this guy, copy there, and then change this guy to inner join. There are only 3 types. See, now it's gonna get everything. These 2 tables must match, must exist. The ID, the employee ID, or this reference must exist on both record sets in order for the results to be returned. All right. So inner join means the reference must exist in both record sets. That's what it means. Must exist. This one, the right join, I don't care about the left side. All I care is the right side. And the left join, I don't care about the right side. All I care is the left side. Alright? So here you can say, hey, you can, if you query that, you say, oh, that guy never made anything, never made any sales. You can look at it that way. Alright? So that's how you do the right join, left join. All right. Now, how deep can you go in with these guys? You can go very deep in these joins. All right. So this is join. How about inner join? How about subquery or inner join, which is same as subquery? All right. Let me demonstrate the inner join. For instance, here, inner join. There's a purchasing order details. All right, there's a purchasing order detail similar to all order details with the CMS. So here's a detail. All right. This would be A on purchasing order ID. A purchasing order ID, and this is how you might want to do this. So here we'll say employee, you see there, and you want to know the order number, this guy, the date, and here is the detail table, which is a line. Line total. Alright, now you wouldn't want to do that. You would want to do sum as you seen how I did this in the Access database to the CMS. I'm going to call this a total sales. Alright, now remember in the last video, anytime you do the aggregate function, you should always have the group by. Alright, group by, and then I'm just going to copy this guy right here, and this are called column list. We're going to group by the column list. Alright, so all column lists. You cannot just group by one item. You have to group by all the column lists. So here we can see the items. Alright, so if you look at the, let's see, I'm gonna pull, how about purchase order number 7. Let's see the details of this number 7, where purchase order ID equals 7. So we'll see there are 3 items in there, and if you, as a matter of fact, you know what, let me do this, where a purchasing order equals 7. And you see there, here is a sum. We get a one-liner here. You see, this become a unique, these 2 ID. So this guy combined with this guy, we call the composite ID, and it is unique for this order. Alright, unique. Now for this order, here are the record sets. There are 3 records. These are the children. Alright, remember the details, children. And if you sum this guy, line total, you get this number. Alright, now like I mentioned earlier, I don't know who that person is. I don't know who employee 255 is, and this is where we link these guys together. Alright, so we can say select, for now I'm going to do like so, from a person, I can say, and now you try to avoid using the same alias, alright, regardless if they are in the query or not. Okay, so you have to always, and then you already used up the A and B, try to avoid using the same alias number. So I will use A and B, I'm going to use C, and then say inner join. You see where I'm getting at here, and here I'm going to give sales order. Alright, sales order, there you go, that's good, sales order, on sales order dot person, you see there, equals, and what do I call the other one, C business entity. Alright, and now I can say C business entity, try again, business entity, and then first name, and then last name, and then I want all of the information for the sales order, and I just put asterisk there. And now let's take a look. Now I can tell who this guy is, whereas I couldn't tell in the before. Alright, so if I query in here, inside here, I don't know who that person is. See there? That 255. But if I did this, alright, now this becomes an inner join, or not inner join, inner query or sub query. Alright, sub query or inner query. Alright, so in order for us to find out who that guy is, we join them with the employee table and then pull out the name. You see, now it looks the same, but with this name. And that's how you join. Alright, that's how you join. Now if I did the join, for example left join, I only retrieve one in here in the inner query, in the sub query. Alright, watch this. If I say left, I believe I will get all of everybody in this table. Alright, and only one will have record, because we know there's only one will have record, which this guy. Okay, so let's take a look. See there? And that's left join. That means I don't care about this one. Just give me all the people in this table. See, it says left. Alright, and if you scroll down here, you'll see that there's only one purchase order in here that has this person's name. Let's see if we can find that. Well, you could do that, but oh, there, I saw the blinker. I saw the blinker. Saw the blinker right here, real close to here. There, see there? That's order ID. See there? That is the same thing. Alright, so but you wouldn't want to do that. You see, you wouldn't want to. It makes no sense to do a left join. And as I mentioned earlier, when we came to here, we said inner join is the most used. Alright, that way we can get exactly what we want, which is that guy, that order. Alright, now if you don't want just this order, you want all orders, you just take that out. And now we get all orders. All orders. You see there? And so if you take a list, we see Erin has made quite a number of orders. And we can tell these orders numbers are different, right? She's made a bunch of these ones. She should be, yeah, she should be. Yeah. Now we can do further down, so we got a sub query in here. You see that? We're going to get sub query in here. We can narrow down even further. Alright, we can narrow down even further. So if we, let's see, let me do this. I'm going to change this to, yeah, I'm going to change that to, I'm going to cast this to date, and you will see as date, as order date. Now in Access, you cannot give it an alias with the same name here, alright, but in SQL Server you can do that. It doesn't bark at you even though they're the same name. In Access you cannot. It has to be totally entirely different when you give it an alias. You cannot give an alias name with the same field name, alright, in Access, but in here it's okay. So here I want to return just the date, and that's how I would do. I would cast out. You see that? I return just the date. See? Now how I want to further fine tuning this guy. Well, I could say, you see what I could say? Where sales order, employee ID, I'm going to use this guy right here, 258, because she has so many. 258. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you another subquery within it so that you understand. So right here, yeah, that's good. That's very good. So here I'm going to do, we're going to do total sales, and then we're going to sum this total sales, and then I want to have another group here. See there, it gets little I know I'm going to copy this outer set right here, and let's take a look. Now we narrow down. Oh, I didn't give it an alias here. Total sales regardless of the date. This is the total sales regardless of the date. Now what if I want to see the year? Alright, I could do this. I'm going to copy this guy and show you. You can get so fancy with these things. Alright, and then I'm going to convert this to year. You see there? Sales in year. Alright, and I'm going to copy this guy because this is a list, column list. Remember, you have to add all the column lists into group by. So check this out. We didn't get so fancy with this one. Alright, now these guys, I have no idea what these guys are. Oh, I give this guy, oh, I give that guy the wrong number. It should be the order date. My bad. So that's how that, yeah, I give that guy a wrong date. Give that guy a wrong date. So here we can say, oops, my cursor is a little jumpy here. All right, so I'm gonna do this again as total sales, like so. Now, yeah, yes, that was a date. That's why. That was sales. So now we can fine tune even further. See there, we can narrow down of these guys, but we see this Aaron. All right, we can see. I want to see if Aaron. I want to order by first name. Actually, I want to do order by that number. We should see some repeated items. There you go. You see, we repeated right here. All right. So now we can even fine tune further down. All right. For example, here are more inner query or subquery within subquery. We can do select. You see there, from. Oops. And then I'm gonna surround this guy right here as annual sales, for example. All right, and now I can come over here to the front and say annual sales. What's this guy? Annual sales, first name, annual sales, last name, and here's watch. I can further fine tune this guy to how about annual sale again, sum as annual sales. Now watch, this would be group by. I'm gonna copy this guy and and then say where annual sales sales year equals 2011. I see 2011 here. Alright, and then I can say group by. You see there? This would be this column list. I think annual sale here. I need to get the total sales. So now I can even fine tune this one even further down. Alright, down to the year. Alright, so for 2001, or let me see, 2001 sales, I can type in 2011 sales. Oh yeah, you cannot do that. In SQL you cannot begin the alias or any variable with numbers, so just put it in the back, my bad. Yeah, so here if you take a look at it, you could say sales in 2011. You see that? This is a join. Alright, you see we joining, we select this guy. Within here you can see it's inner join right here. Alright, and within in here we inner join it right here. You see that? So this is subquery up to here, and we can query that. Any subquery can be query, so we query that using this guy. Alright, here we don't know the person, and then we did a query and join the person table to the subquery we just built, and that was up to right here. Alright, and that's how we come up with the name. And now we say, okay, well, I see this 2011 here, and there are more, not just 11 here. You see 2013, 14, 15. But now I want to get to a real annual. All right, down to the T. I want to see what it is in 2011. All right, and then here we'll say, hey, I'm going to build this subquery. All right, summing this guy. And that's how you do it. So you can tell a subquery, you can see an inner join there, an inner join there, and the from there, and see how many from we have. 1, 2, 3. So this is how you build your query, and it gets real complex. This is real simple to understand, and yeah, it gets so complex. Alright, this is not just that. You can write a function within a function. You can have an if then else in here. You can do a logic in here. Alright, you can do logic in here. But this is a simple way of trying to understand the joins. Alright, and how you would use this. Alright, so but that's what I want to talk about, is the join, inner join, left join, and right join. Alright, let me recap. Left join means we're gonna get all records on the left side regardless if the right side exists or not. And the right join is a vice versa, is the opposite. Alright, the right side here says I want to get all the right side of the records. In this case it's a person, regardless if the left side, which is this order, exists or not. See, it doesn't exist regardless. Alright, and then the inner join, which is the most commonly used inner join, is that, well, I want to get all records for the left and the right, and the two must exist. Alright, the two must exist, the reference must exist, and that is how we get information, the like information. and this right here will not have blank or null values because of this. It says because of this it says inner join. All right, and here I demonstrated subquery and join within a join and join and join and subquery. All right, and so the first thing that I did, just recap, is just get basic information. This is a basic information, the orders. Each order have this total sales for this date. All right, and I show you that in here that the order number 7, which is this guy, there are 3 items in there, I think. You see there, we sum this guy in here. You see, we sum that guy in here, and then we'll put that guy in here. See right here, here's the first join. Alright, which is the same as this guy. And then we'll say, well, I want to sum this by year, annual. You see, I convert that to a year, and then we come up with this right there up to there. See there? Now we get the year. And I say, well, I want to see a specific year. A specific year, like that. And now we came down with this, finally. So that's how you do the join. And quick of subquery join. Alright. So this is a subquery within a subquery. And like I said, you can have logic in here, if then else, or whatever logic that you want to have. And as you program, you understand why you need this. Alright, just like this. And that's all I need to share with you. And that's all. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.